Okay, let's try this, one more time. I've put do not disturb on, so hopefully, I can go weeks with nobody calling me. I mean, quite literally, I can go weeks with nobody calling. But of course, today, everybody and their brother wants to talk to me right in the 1:15 time frame. So this is going to be the most goodness gracious, messed up video ever, and I'm so sorry about that. Hopefully you're back. I'm going to double check and see what we got going on out here. Goodness. Okay, let's try again. Mary 3.0. Okay, like I said, I put do not disturb on, so hopefully that actually will work. We'll see. And I really kind of just wanted to show, there's not much left, so with any luck, surely we can get this all back. Okay, golly. All right, so I'm pulling back my Stamparatus. I've still got my Daisy Garden stamp in place where I stamped before. Now, remember when you're using a rubber stamp, or the cling stamps as they call them, you want to be sure to take the foam mat out. So all I have is just a piece of grid paper and my magnet. Here's another little tool that I think you're going to like. All right, I know this is never... Thank you, Julian. I appreciate that. I got this off Amazon. I guess it's Creative Memories. It's repositionable tape runner. So it means that you can put something in place and then pick it up, and it's like, and then you can rub those little glue dots off of there. It's really handy. I'm not sure if you can see it. So what I have done is I'm just putting my inner liner there. And I want to stamp just the top of this Daisy Lane. All I have to do, now, does it really matter because I've cleaned my stamp? My stamp is all clean, but if you were stamping along, it could save you having to clean by doing this thing. So just use the features, use the false look, use the features of your Stamparatus and just hinge on down to where you have the part of the image showing on your panel that you want, okay? And I actually want it down a little bit further, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to pick this up and move it. Now, what is nice about using this method with the repositionable stuff versus the magnet, let me just show you why that's a good thing to know. Because if I was trying to stamp this whole image on this panel, you would have a hard time making the magnets fit so that you wouldn't move your image, okay? And in Mary's world, it doesn't work so great trying to put these big images with your panel up in the corner. I like to have them out in the field. This is the field. So use that repositionable stuff on your grid, and then you can stamp like that. Okay, so we're just going to put it down, and then I'm going to move my stamp down with my Stamparatus until I get to where I want it. Just play with it. So you can reposition that as many times as you need to, because that's how it rolls. Okay, that's perfect. Now I will just stamp this up. Gotta have your innards, there you go. And I'm just gonna ink it with my soft succulent and give it a stamp. And I'm gonna do one more because I don't like how that looks right there. And that's fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick that up. Now let me just show you another little trick. I want to do my envelope, and I'm gonna do it basically the same. So I'm going to pick up my earth magnets, which is different than an earth angel completely. Okay, so you can see where the image is, right? We can see where the corner would go. So I'm going to move this magnet up out of the way, and I'm just going to place my envelope in roughly the same place. I've still got the repositionable stuff, so it'll hold it down. And we'll just ink back up. Like so. Is the picture still blurry? I don't know. There's not a thing I can do about that, I don't think. I'm really sorry. How blurry is it? I don't know what to say, people, because my internet is looking good. There's nobody on the phone. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back. And I see some people have clear, so it could be y'all's internet. I am sorry. Okay, but I've got a gap there, so I want to fix that. Give a little push right there, like so. Okay, and then I can pick it up. Now look, I'm also going to do the same exact thing. The same exact thing on the envelope flap. Got to love a Stamparatus. Just saying. Okay. There, that's perfect. Pick that up, set it out the way, and get this out the way. And then we're just going to do a little bit of coloring with our marker, or not markers. They're not markers, they're watercolor pencils. And I'm not going to color it white because that seems like taking coals to Newcastle. I'm going to use my old olive and just color the leaves and the little stemmies that show. All right, so just a quick color. Go all the way. We'll go all the way. You can see I've got a little bit of that, those little glue dot thingies. The little things on the tape runner were right there, and they just brush off. So just putting a little bit of old olive on the stems and the leaves. Stems and leaves. Sometimes the only hard part about this is when you don't have all of the image to look at, it can be a little hard. This one got kind of lucky because the leaves are well defined where they are. But it can be kind of hard to tell where a leaf is. Like right there, is that a leaf? No. If you look at the image on the front of the stamp, that is negative space. So don't color it. Just saying. I mean, you can, but it wouldn't be right. And by all means, all card making must be right, right? Okay. Now we will take our, it's disappeared, our Daffodil Delight and give our middles a little bit of a color like this. Again, I'm not getting too het up. It's kind of loose. I think once you make it a little bit vintage, a little bit antiqued, a little bit distressed, then that gives you a whole lot more leeway to be not so, you know, persnickety about how it's going to go. Okay, so just a little bit of color on there. And that's the envelope flap. We'll just adhere our inner liner to our mat and into the card base, and we'll be done. And it only took us 3 tries. Oh, hey, that must be why they say, what do they say? Say it with me, 3rd time's a charm. All right, I guess the vet was calling to see how the pony's doing. There we go. Okay. Now, what's kind of fun is you can make this card just like this and leave it as a blank inside, or there are quite a few sentiments in the Thru It Together set that you could use as an inside one. So you could keep it as sending you this paper hug and have it sitting there, and then when you needed a particular kind of card, just add that right in. I mean, you could even make it a thank you card, sending you this paper hug. Thank you. Done. Okay, you are loved today and always. Done. I mean, this is a great set. Thru It Together. You're going to want it, I promise. And also, these sentiments look real good with the double oval punch. So you can cut the sentiment with the smaller, smooth-sided oval and then make a mat with the slightly larger scalloped edge oval. So that's a good combination. All right, we'll get our card base here and go ahead and adhere this right on the inside. And there you have it. Like I said, only took almost an hour to do, but we ended up with 2 pretty cards, I think. I like it. And there you have it. So, Daisy Garden, don't overfly it, guys. It's kind of in the back. It's actually on page 106. And You're going to want it, I promise. And if you don't have Daisy Lane and the daisy punches, you probably want those as well. All right, guys, thank you so much. Why do I think extra Stamparatus plates are going away? I'm guessing probably because they just didn't sell as many of them as they thought they would, because they don't really particularly break. I'm assuming, and this is not the party line, I do not know the answer. I'm assuming if you happen to break one and you called them, they probably have some sitting in a drawer somewhere that maybe they could give you, but they've come off the catalog and out of the online store, I suspect. So I'm just guessing it's a sales thing. They can only keep so many things on their shelves because, you know, the warehouse doesn't get any bigger. All right, you guys, I surely do appreciate you sticking with me through all of that technical hoo-ha that we just went through. And I hope I'll see you on Saturday evening for a Facebook Live. Have a great rest of your week and enjoy the beginning of your weekend, and we'll see you on Saturday. Thanks so much. Ta.